Lovely gentleman's just offered a gift. I don't know what it is, but I'll be honoured with it. Oh, dobrze! Dobrze!
Ten człowiek 18 lat żył w Barcelonie na ulicy.
That guy was living for many years in Barcelona on the streets.
Really? And guitar playing?
To są moje teksty, jego muzyka i jego wykonanie.
So that gentleman here wrote the lyrics and that guy made the music.
Ah, your story.
Po 18 latach się odnalazł, bo to są
After 18 years.
Oh,
18 lat żył na ulicy i pił.
dobrze.
These texts are it's Andrew's authors.
Okay.
They are all his texts.
That'd be amazing. I shall listen tomorrow for sure. Thank you. Dziękuję.
Na pewno posłucha. Dzięki wielkie.
Dziękuję, dziękuję. I was thinking more Arnold Schwarzenegger, but yeah, sure. Dzień dobry, welcome to Out Your Show. Today being August 15th, on August 15th, Poland celebrates a victory of 1920 when the Russians helped out defeating the Germans in World War II. There was a switch. Russia, even now in Ukraine, being very sneaky in their assault. 1920 is when Poland fought back in Warsaw and got rid of the Soviet Russia. This here being an amazing celebration of Poland, the strength of the military, of the culture in which Ukraine is going through right now. With Polish communities reenacting parts of the war, they're bringing out traditional World War II vehicles, such as these German tanks. Bringing through World War II Polish tanks. It feels like Poland has loads of these public holidays where everyone is out and about. There's real community, there's an honour to religion, to the history. No, I don't need your head chopping out. The history and the survival of Polish people going through World War I and II. I wanted to read a quote from the General Francisek Latinik, First Commander, August 13th today, 1920. This is when they were overtaking Warsaw. This is when Poland were doing that final push to get rid of Soviet Russians. We are entering a decisive battle. The Commander-in-Chief, the government and the nation convinced that the First Army will not be given up a single inch. Do not doubt that our troops, you can hear some gunfire in the background, do not doubt that our troops will stop the Bolshevik, Soviet Russian storm with their bodies, aware of the responsibility for the outcome of this battle. I order all commanders to hold the lines they occupy in defense of the capital. And when fighting for the Polish, to be or not to be, we may heroically die in battle, but we must not dishonor the homeland. Enjoying people dress up like this, feeling very masculine with my luscious bit. Yeah, no. Dzięki man, dzięki. was a letter on the 13th of August 1920 from the pastoral Polish bishop. Be ready for sacrifice in the service of your homeland, because it will only with great sacrifice that you will restore its freedom and strength. Sort of clicks with the Ukraine, the situations that are going on here, right on the border, in which we're about 2-hour drive away. Remember that you will fail to give to your homeland. You take away from yourself and from the future generations. You can hear some of the old motorbikes in the background. It's been a really nice day. If you hurt it by your selfishness, you hurt yourself. Therefore, do not skim and do not save effort. Do not mutter about ordeals or hard work, but rather than be generous in giving. Offer up your possessions when your homeland calls you. To subscribe for bonds, offer your life in sacrifice with the homeland is in danger and calls for it. We do not even ask you to volunteer for conscription anymore, because we know that you are sure that you will turn up to do your duty. This is from Warsaw, 13th of August, from the Polish bishop, asking people with the last push to volunteer, to gather arms and to fight. Nice. So I've just met Patrick here at this amazing event. Come up perfect English, because it'll be a struggle.
Perfect,
yeah. We were just talking about Ukraine, and I believe Poland went through the same sort of thing. This small independent country at the time that wanted to be invaded by Russia. Just saying about two of your Ukrainian friends who are very thoughtful towards you. Do you think that Russia, if Ukraine was to be taken, would Poland be worried?
Yeah, I think Poland must be worried about that, because from our history we can quite learn that Russia, when he can come to our border, he can be so much aggressive, like the Ukrainian border.
Definitely. And I think today this memorial, the ceremony for the 1920, the success of beating Soviet Russia, I guess.
Yeah. In 1920, Poland defended Russia on the miracle of Vistula River.
Yes,
and we push Soviet Red Army back to the Russia and defend Europe from communism.
So you've more or less experienced as a country, as a people, the overtaking of a country and having to fight back, more or less what Ukraine's having to fight for now. In turn, almost making Polish people a lot stronger. The pride and everything is all here, you can feel it around. It's been amazing. But Patrick, dziękuję brat.
Thank you too.
That's the annual ceremony of 1920, the battle for Poland, fighting back the Soviet Russians in Warsaw. Amazing time. The family had a good time, I had a good time. Even met Patrick and some other people willing to have a conversation.
Nocą, gdy miasto odpłynie zaledwie westchniesz, a już cię doleci sam zamieci minionych istnień. Bolesny głos chóru w szumach i szmerach skłębionej zamieci minionych istnień. Bolesny głos chóru. Słuchaj tych głosów, bo po to szczęśliwie ocalon został w tragicznej potrzebie. Byś chleb powszedni łamał sprawiedliwie i żył za tamtych i za siebie lepiej. Słuchaj tych głosów, bo po to szczęśliwie ocalon został w tragicznej potrzebie. Byś chleb powszedni łamał sprawiedliwie i żył za tamtych i za siebie lepiej. I żył za tamtych i za siebie lepiej. Zaledwie westchniesz, a już cię doleci z samego dołu pięter klawiaturą w szumach i szmerach skłębionej zamieci minionych istnień. Bolesny głos chóru w szumach i szmerach skłębionej zamieci minionych istnień. Bolesny głos chóru.
Today has been an amazing reminder of how good and compassionate and welcoming Polish people can be. Having one guy who I discovered was on my Instagram come out, say hello, describe the feelings of Poland and the current Ukrainian situation, explain this war of 1920, looking around and the welcoming atmosphere of these vehicles, these military bringing out the vehicles to come and show you some of the World War II Polish tanks, the guns that you're able to pick up. I should have got more pictures with, but I'm not a pro gun guy, to be brutally honest. Even though I know that during a war they were needed. A gentleman, first thing he does is ask me to come over. He says in Polish, come, like I've got a gift for you, I've got a gift, I'm sure you saw it. I don't have a CD player, but dziękuję, brat, dziękuję. This is a part of Poland. It's very community oriented, it's very history proud. Religion is a big thing out here. I'm okay with that. I have my opinions, but overall, if people can find simplistic happiness, that's what matters. The War of 1920 being the deep fight to liberate Poland, to bring back its identity, to resurrect their culture without the involvement of another country. After hundreds of thousands of years, man will always fight each other. There's always a petty, egotistical reason to go to war with the next person, whether it's Britain or America and the sneaky ways, whether it's defending yourself and trying to keep who you are, like Poland, like Ukraine currently. I'm not sure what the answer would be, and I've asked a couple of people today as best I can in Polski. And nobody knows. I don't know what the answer is. The one thing I will do is promote compassion. I keep preaching it, I keep trying to talk about it, whether it's bringing up the poverty line. There should be no one in the planet that is there is no one on the planet that should be in poverty. We look at the richest of the rich, we look at the poorest of the poor. There's this weird divide of power. Personally, I would like to think that myself and many others are done being sheep. And I hope that you will too. Otherwise, to everyone that's Polish that watches this, dziękuję, kocham-cię, też cię kocham-cię, tak, nie? Dobrze, pa. Dobrze. Nice.